Hi, my name is Jean-Serge. Are you doing online branding and you're not getting the results you want? You're not getting the leads you want. You're hearing all these stories about people getting massive results and you're not getting that? Well, I'm here to show you how to get massive results using automation tools, things that I've done, and I'm going to show you exactly how to set it up and the kinds of things that I'm doing on Facebook, Twitter, and then automation tools around that. All right, so let's get going. I'm just going to show you my desktop here. All right, so say you're on Facebook. One of the things that I do all the time, if you look through my Facebook, you'll see these images here, and then you'll see all these posts. These are all automated posts. These are automated. These images are automated, anyways, that's what you see on my fan page. So this is something you should probably look into. If you look on MLSP, you're going to see some training about Facebook fan pages and how to use Facebook using a fan page instead of your profile. But anyways, that's something for another day. Right now, I just want to show you. So whenever you're entering a new post, say for example, I add an image here, and I go into my quotes over here and say I want to put this image in there. I can say, instead of clicking the publish button right there, I can say schedule, and then I can choose, any date in the future, and I can set the time exactly of when that's going to show up. So anyways, that's how you do the scheduling in Facebook. And if you look at the, I'm going to cancel this post, but if you look at this, this is what I have scheduled here. You can see all my schedules. I basically set up a schedule where I post something every couple hours. See 6 a.m., 9 a.m., noon, 1 p.m., 3 p.m., 6 p.m., 9 p.m., and then the next day. And I'm posting these images with quotes in them. All right, so that's for Facebook. Now, Twitter, if you'd like to find out how you can get from, well, I started 0 followers, and now I've got 7,163 followers, and that's within a month, or about a month anyways, a month and a few days. And the way I did that is because one of the things that I learned from some of the training I listened to was to, first of all, in Twitter, you can follow up to 1,000 people in one day. And when you reach, I think it's 4,000 followers, you can start following more, but there's a maximum of 4,000. Maybe it's 5, but I think it's 4,000. And what happens is until you have more than 4,000 followers, you can't follow more than that. But the idea with Twitter is because it's a follow me back. So about 30% of the people that you follow are going to follow you back, which means that you can then follow some more. Now the thing is with Twitter, if you look, for example, if you click on my followers here, you can see all the people that are following me, the ones that are not, that I'm not following right there, right? So if I can go through here and click follow, right? Follow. And that takes a little bit of time. It's not too bad, but it's kind of a little bit kind of time consuming. So what I did is I used a Crowdfire app, and this app basically lets you see all your fans, and your fans are people that are following you that you're not following, and you can just follow them like this. You just click. That's a lot faster than going through your Twitter. And then you can also do this, which is the other cool thing about these automation apps, is that you can unfollow people that aren't following you. So you go to your non-followers, it tells you how many you have that aren't following you back. You give them, give it a few days, and then then you just come here and you just unfollow. It's very, very quick to do that. There's also an app for your phone to do that. All right, so the other thing that I use is Tweet Jukebox. So if you look on my Twitter, if you go to your Twitter page and then you click on your icon for your profile, by the way, there's training on MLSP that gives you details on how to set up Twitter. And they even talk about some of this stuff. But if you want to set up your profile, it's important to be congruent, have the same pictures across your different platforms, and have good content in your profile. And all these things are very important. But right now, I'm just talking about automation. So if you go to your Twitter, you click on your picture, and then you find analytics. It will take you to analytics. Now the first time you go there, it'll ask you to sign up for analytics, and you just sign up with your Twitter account. But as you can see here, I've gone up by 2,000% in tweets in the last 28 days. I've gone up by 2.7% in tweet impressions, profile visits, 212% increase, mentions, 275, followers, I'm up by 6,500 since the last 28 days, right? And if you look at something like, here's my top tweet over here, basically it's just a quote with a picture, and it says 2 retweets and 2 likes. And when we look at the other page here, it tells you that there's view tweet activity. It tells you that there's 3,500 impressions, which is really good for Twitter. And if you look at some of these other now if you go to up here, you go to tweets, that will give you a graph. And so for example, you can see down here that I was doing just 2,000 impressions, just a few tweets, 6 tweets, 4 tweets, and then in the last little bit, it's a lot more, right? 100,000 on one day. So if I go here, I can change the start date to say February 12th to March 11th, update, and it shows me how low my numbers were. It's 100,000 impressions. Well, that's 29 days. But anyways, you get the idea. If you go like this, you just say last 28 days, it gives you the impressions of your tweets over that period. And down here, it shows you the number of impressions, the highest tweets, and all these statistics. I mean, I don't know much about all that yet, but this is one of the things. So to get to that, imagine that's 10 times more, right, than even the previous month. And to get to that, I'm using a tool called Tweet Jukebox. So Tweet Jukebox is basically a tool where you can create automation. So it'll tweet for you, on a schedule regularly, that kind of thing. So what I've done is I've created a jukebox here, like with all these image quotes that I have. Basically what I did is I went to Google, I looked for images, and let me just show you, for example, if I go here and I say city landscapes, right? And then I say images. You click on this. This is important because you want to make sure you're getting images that are marked for reuse. So you click on search tools, usage rights, labeled for reuse. And then you just pick images you like, pick images you think people will relate to or respond to, and you just go to the image here and you say view image, and then you say right click, save image as, and you save it to your desktop. Then there's tools that you get to add text on them, like I did. So I'm branding everything. As you can see at the bottom of the image, it says success with JS on all my images, so that's part of the branding. And these are tweeting, and so as you can see, there's 211 records here, and when I look through the list, I can see that when they were last tweeted. I'm sure I can find some that haven't been tweeted yet, or maybe not, maybe they've all been tweeted. But in any case, that's how it works. And then you can set the schedule up here. You can set it up so that it tweets X, every X amount of time. You can have it start at a certain time of day. And you can set it for certain days. Like for example, I have these download. One of the things you do with Tweet Jukebox, you can download tweets from others. And Wednesday Wisdom is one that's basically images that are for Wednesday. So if I look at these, you see these are images, right? And they're all based on Wednesday. So in the schedule, I just set it so it's only on Wednesday, right? When you look here, I can look at my visual schedule. I can see how many tweets per day I'm doing, right? 23 tweets from here, 54 tweets from here. You add it up, it gives you how many tweets you do a day. And there's also automation. If you go over here, you can set your automation, my settings. Sorry, that's not that's not it. I forget where that's at. Link a minute ago. Oh, well, I'm not really sure. I thought there was oh no, sorry. Sorry, this is not a automation. This doesn't have automated, automation is the tweets. So I was thinking of something else. I was thinking of Crowdfire over here, where you can say automate, and in here you can add your tweets that go to people that follow you and that kind of stuff. All right, so back to Tweet Jukebox. So now the other thing I'm using, I don't know if I've covered enough here, but basically this is an amazing tool, because what happens with Twitter is if you go to my feed here, if you go to my Twitter page, right, you'll see all my tweets are here, right? And these are all these I'm tweeting, right? These are automated tweets. I don't even post these, right? They're all done automatically for me, right? All right, so the next thing I use is IFTT. So that's IFTT.com. Again, this is crazy because this is actually free. The other tools are about $10 a month. This one is actually free. I imagine they're going to charge at some point, but right now it's still free. So you basically go in there, you set up an account, and then what you do is you create recipes. So you can do things like, whenever I post on my blog, then I want you to send it to this is what is it, Delicious, I think. This is Blogger. This is sent to my phone. This is Delicious. This is a Tumblr. This is Pinterest, Tweet, LinkedIn, Facebook fan page. So anytime I create a new blog post, and it automatically goes to all these places automatically. And well, that's it. So this is how you get massive results. You use automation, you use social media automation tools, and you get great results. And I hope to see you soon in my next video.